Hey guys, it's Bridget with Sandy Seed Company, and today I'm gonna bear it all, and I'm gonna tell you about something really embarrassing that I did, because I'm human and we all make mistakes. I'm gonna tell you about an epic garden failure that I had, but before I do that, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you can follow my journey in growing and I can help you guys become better growers. Okay, let's get into it. So this is really embarrassing. I did a no-no. I got cocky and I thought I, could just control the universe in the garden. And I started a bunch of seeds with just really old soil that I had sitting around that had been sitting actually in this trash can. It was potting mix that I had reused several times. I ran out of seed starting mix and just thought, well, I was in a pinch, I was in a hurry. And I started a bunch of seeds in that really moist soil that's been sitting and producing a lot of fungus and bacteria over the last year, and this is what happened. This is a very common thing that happens to a lot of growers. This doesn't happen to me typically because I know better. What you're looking at is dampening off. So this is a product of using soil that has been sitting in the greenhouse and hot and moist and just breeding a lot of bacteria for a really long time. Bacteria, fungus, all of these things. And these little baby seedlings were planted into this mix, and then they were kept too moist because it's really hot in our weather patterns here in Southern California in the fall. I was trying to keep the greenhouse as moist as I can, and we had really high temperatures. So really high temperatures and moisture is prime for creating bacteria and fungus, and that's what dampening off is. And you can see it's destroyed all of these. You can see I tried to save it by using some perlite. You can put perlite down in the very beginning to soak up excess moisture to try to stop the fungus from moving up the stem of the plant. As you can see here, that is a telltale sign of dampening off, but I did it too late. I've been very busy, as you guys know, with the other farm property, and these things happen, and this is what the trays have ended up looking like. These will get tossed. There's no returning from this. I have wasted all this great seed, all this time, all this energy, can't bounce back from this. So let's really go over everything that I've lost during this little kerfumple. Is that a word? No. What's the word? Kerfuffle. Let's go over all the things that I've lost in this little kerfuffle. Is that it? I have lost time. So, I've spent, weeks growing these plants. So we're moving it further into the fall, which means more fall effect. Days are getting shorter, sun's getting lower in the horizon. So I've lost valuable time, can't get that back. I've lost really good seed that I purchased to start these. I have lost the materials that I've used. Just all in all, there's a lot of things that this mistake has cost me. And I've also lost man hours. I mean, I've been out here babying these, stressing, worrying about them when I should be doing a lot of other things, all because I didn't start with a quality product at the very beginning of my seed starting. Let's talk about how you guys can prevent this, okay? First and foremost, it's really important that you use seed starting mix. Seed starting mix is typically sterile, meaning that it doesn't have a bunch of bacteria and things growing in it that these little tiny delicate plants cannot battle. The other thing is using trays that have been cleaned. Now, I'm not obsessive about cleaning my trays in the greenhouse. A little bit of bacteria is good. I want my plants to be healthy and strong and be able to grow through a real environment. So I don't bleach these every growing season or anything like that. So I just pulled these out from underneath the table where I store them all willy-nilly. Didn't rinse them off, didn't do anything to prep them before I filled them with biologically really rich soil. Then I overwatered them in hot, humid environment, and this is what happened. So for you to prevent that, start with seed starting mix that's sterile, especially if you're in a hot, humid environment where mold and bacteria is likely to grow. Make sure you watch your watering. Don't think that you can just saturate them and leave them saturated the whole time without some issues arising. And the moment that you see any indication of dampening off, you can use perlite or vermiculite on top of your soil to try to soak up the excess soil and keep the fungus from growing up the actual plants. You can see here, wow, that's a really good example. See how it's almost blue? That's the fungus growing up the these precious little starts. And again, there's no coming back from this. I cannot save these. You know, maybe there's a few that were a little more resistant to the fungus than others, and I could save those, but in general, it's kind of a failure here. So I'm pouring my heart out. I'm being very honest and very real, because we are humans and we make mistakes. And hopefully with this information, I can help you prevent this mistake from happening in your garden.